Father Roni, a missionary priest belonging to the congregation of the missionaries of St. Francis de Sales. I am originally from India, but since 2011, 14 years now, Philippines has become my home and a mission field. MSFS Scholasticate is as I said in the beginning, the last stage of formation. Those who aspire to be priests in the congregation of the missionaries of St. Francis de Sales. We have so many stages: the minor seminary, postulancy, novitiate, and then philosophy, regency. So after having completed all these stages, the final stage is MSFS Scholasticate, and the students here are formed into religious life, is strengthened in this community, and also intellectual formation would continue after their philosophical studies. They get into theological studies, and community life, religious life is very important. Common sharing of our lives, meals, the prayers. This is what takes place in this community. In the end, the missionary identity is finally formed in this community, and intellectual pursuit, of course, takes place as they study in a Divine Word School of Theology, and this becomes their residence. This house is so important. As I said, this is the last stage of formation. Also, a person aspiring to be priest should be intellectually sound when it comes to fundamentals of the church, the doctrine, the scriptures. This is where they are formed so that they can really lead people rightly in truth, always aligned to the scriptures and what is taught by the church. Many people have asked me this question: Father Roni, what makes you to be in the Philippines? Why did you choose to come to Philippines? This is what people ask me very often. This is what I respond to them. It is not I who chose to come to Philippines, but as a missionary, as a religious priest, we are always sent. It is not I who choose, but we are choosing to follow the will of God through the major superiors who make decisions for us. So we are sent, just like Jesus was sent by the Father. We are also sent to different places. Wherever we are sent, we are supposed to bloom in those places. This is the spirituality of our patron saint, St. Francis de Sales. He would say, bloom where you are planted. So where I want to be planted, but rather wherever I am planted, I should be blooming. Filipino community is very special. Initially, I had a lot of struggles being here in the Philippines. Language is different, culture is very different from India, and the food is very different. So initial struggles, but slowly learned the language. Then I begin to talk to people, build relationship with them, and then only I felt the warmth of the people, how hospitable people are, how welcoming they are. Despite of so many mistakes that I make in speaking, people, how much encouragement they give. That is something very special of this place. And people with so much of faith everywhere, wherever you go, you see the churches, chapels, everything Christian, everything Catholic. This is not the reality back in my country. So that is also something very special. You can celebrate your faith. That is something very beautiful in this country. You can live your faith with so much of freedom. That is a big blessing. So therefore, these are the things that I really appreciate in this country. And there are certain things that I have learned from the Filipino people is that resilience. So many struggles, so many hardships, but the faith keeps them moving. That is something very beautiful. Another thing is joy amidst pain. This is something very difficult for me as an Indian. I cannot smile when I am in pain, but the people here, they can just smile despite of so many struggles that they go through. So that is very inspiring to me. Generosity amidst poverty. They believe that even with the little they can still share something. So beautiful of the people of this country, and that is what I have learned in my life. Here in the Scholasticate, this building is for the Filipino Seminarians, and it was slowly open to seminarians from various nationalities. I was part of this institute from India, and I also had few companions from India. And then recently we also began to get students from Cameroon, Africa, and we are expecting few from Indonesia. There are already 6 of them who are in the other stage, who will complete that stage and will be coming to this institute. And slowly we are also venturing into Vietnam, and those seminarians also will be part of this institute very soon. But majority of seminarians that we expect right now under formation in various stages in Cebu, in Silang, here in Amadeo, are from the Philippines, coming from different regions of the Philippines, especially from Visaya and Mindanao. It is rather difficult for us to recruit students from this region, Luzon, but occasions are plenty from Visayas and Mindanao. Students who come here do a lot of sacrifice, are guided, inspired and motivated to live the minimum, are given very little pocket money that they should reach the whole month. Greatest sacrifice what they have made is have left behind their loved ones, their families, their possessions at home. They followed Christ. They are undergoing formation. There are so many seminarians who have become part of this institute. I am actually new to this role as a rector, but as I was in another assignment, I know some of the seminarians who have gone through this stage. One of the seminarians who shared to me, he was family-wise, financially very poor, so much struggle, and then academically also very poor, not able to grasp or assimilate many things that are taught in the seminary, in the college. So he was sharing his struggle to me. Formator, those days, the rector called me and asked me if I could speak to the seminarian and know his concern, in what way as an elder brother could be of help to him. Upon speaking to him, I was really very much inspired. Yes, academically poor, but the desire to serve, desire to be a priest and serve the people. This is the, I found the example of Saint John Mary Vianney, who was also finding it very difficult academically, but his motivation, his intention, he really wants to be a priest and serve people. So I was inspired by the seminarian, because when we are genuinely oriented, when our intentions are pure, it is God who qualifies us. It is not we are all qualified to become priests, but it is, as the saying goes, it is God who qualifies the one whom He calls. So now that seminarian is already a priest and he is doing well. He is serving well, loved by the people in the parish, in a remote place in the parish where he is assigned, and he is giving his best. That is really very inspiring. He never gave up despite of so many struggles, discouragement that he faced, that he was very determined, and he has attained goal that he had, that he wanted to be a priest and serve people. This house was constructed in 2012 by our superior then, Father Jinu Patiakam, delegate superior to the Philippines. Prior to building this house, the seminarians before lived in a rented house for a while, and then the sisters, Franciscan sisters, since they had no one to take care of one of their communities nearby, they gave their community, their building facility that we can use. So we lived in that house for 2 years. Since they were coming back after 2 years to occupy their convent, then we had to somehow build a house as our own, and our superior then immediately made arrangements. This lot was purchased, and we built this seminary in 2012. Since we were only 5 seminarians at that time, limited resources that we had, what the superiors thought and what they could was only complete the structure, but the interior only finish what is necessary that could accommodate 5 seminarians and the rector. The common places of prayer, the dining, kitchen, hall, a study room, a library. The minimum was built those time. It could only accommodate 5 seminarians. So that was our situation when we started this house, MSFS Scholasticate. Now, as I said earlier, there is so much of hope that we have. So many seminarians are already responding. And also, as we have opened this house, this institution for even students from other nationalities, so all the rooms should be completed in order to accommodate. This is the challenge that we have. Right now, it is a blessing that we have only 4 seminarians. In 2 years of time, there will be many, and it was the apt time for us to renovate and construct the whole building so that we are well prepared in advance. When the seminarians come, those challenges will not be there. So we will be able to accommodate them. So the challenge that we are right now facing is limited facility and the resources that we do not have to complete the whole structure. This project is very important. First and foremost, most of the seminaries, they have a wider space to move around, to meditate. It helps the seminarian grow in reflection, contemplation. It really aids in the formation of a seminarian. But our space is very limited first and foremost. The seminary is located just in 1,000 square meters. And now, added to that is the building is not complete. It is first of all not that comfortable to live in a space which is not complete. It affects also the power to concentrate. Once the building is completely finished, it will truly aid the better formation, I believe, better concentration, better focus. It adds little comfort for them to study well. Once all the facilities are provided, of course, it will form them well. Better formation, we produce better priests. The quality formation will give us the quality ministry from the future leaders. So the environment is so important in order to shape the future of our seminarians and the church. First and foremost, I would like to thank all of you for listening to me and listening to our seminarians, the struggles that we have. This opportunity to speak to all of you is itself is a big blessing. To share our concerns is itself is very much bringing us comfort and relief. Now, you becoming part of this mission, so becoming part of the mission of forming these young ones in your own ways, through your generosity, through your sacrifice, through your sharing, you also become a formator in your own way, forming these young ones. So the formation of a priest takes a decade, and maybe times less than a decade, sometimes little more than a decade. But the service that a priest does would go to 4 to 5 decades. As I said, the quality of ministry always depends on the quality of formation that takes place in this stage, and your help to complete this building is a big help in forming these young ones who aspire to be priests, and it's a great encouragement to the young ones to aspire to be priests because they see God's love unfolding in many ways. It is unfolding through all of you. So what we can do is the best gift that we can offer is our prayer, our sincere prayer for all of you. So may God bless you.